So this morning, I woke up just like any other regular person. Then I find out that I want to do a morning scroll until I come across this video.
You really think you're smart, but none of you can name an anime character more asshole than this. The type of girl you wanna chew all of my bubble gum.
Hello, I'm Jacob Pagano, and this is video 6 of my YouTube channel, The Hall of Fame. Um, and today we're going to be talking about Danzo, who you should really be talking about, not Mahito. No. Mahito is a bad guy, don't get me wrong, but nothing compared to what this man has done. This is from Reddit. This is literally just me literally typing out all the bad things Danzo has done. And it's also underneath that. Um, our first one by Snark Hunter. Um, and I'm gonna try and read off the names so that I can also have them up here for you guys to read yourselves. But this is from Snack Hunter. Not complete at all, but here are a few things that spring to mind. Tricked Hanzo and Akatsuki into becoming enemies, resulting in the creation of Pain and the new Akatsuki, which had a much darker, more destructive goals. Pushed the Uchiha to the sidelines during the Nine-Tail attack, pushed them to the edge of the village, and then blamed them for the attack. Architected their extermination, all resulting in weakening the village. So the Nine-Tails Fox, basically a kaiju, comes to destroy our village. Other than the Hokage, we're the strongest people in this village, and you don't want us to help. Okay, you trust the Hokage. Okay, we all do. And in hindsight, yeah, he put it in his son, but in hindsight, he also did defeat the fox. But then you blame the attack on them. Fuck you. This is by Mad Base. Invading Amy, partnering with Hanzo, proclaiming himself as the Hokage, and place a Genjutsu on Mifune, and more things like that. This is from Dako Clock. Pick anything bad that happened to any character. It's pretty safe that Kishimoto, the creator, made Danzo responsible for it, which I kind of like. And a now deleted thing. In a nutshell, killing Shisui, and the rest is just a ripple effect. Edit, just for the sake of factual correctness, maiming Shisui. Then this is from Reddit Tandomac. Well, Shishui decided to kill himself, but yeah, a lot of it stems from that. And this is from Anderi Queenofa. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm not trying again. Because why aren't there just more simpler names like mine? Hall of Fame. When Danzo took Shisu's eye, it was bigger than that. Shisui had no options on how to deal with the Uchiha rebellion / war that was about to start. He couldn't tell the family to stop or tell the leaderships. He also knew how powerful his eye was, and that his remaining eye would be needed to stop Danzo. But with everything going on, Shisui was so torn up over his family and the village being at odds that he couldn't make a decision on what to do. If the Uchiha found out Shishu's eye was taken by Danzo, it definitely would have made the rebellion happen sooner and things even worse. Shishui had seen war and was a genius like Itachi. He was sensitive and everything was way too much for him. He offed himself because of the reasons I mentioned above. He made a child ninja kill himself because he was too powerful. Let me just say this, my hate list. Trump, Danzo. He killed the frog. Never forget. Never. by Gabe Rocking King. He got Itachi to kill his entire Uchiha clan except his brother Sasuke. And this is by Galvanized Goose. I just don't get how he got to remain in the position he did. Even though third, fourth, and fifth all knew he was dirty, sure, the main attribute was to his Anbu was darkness, but the guy was way too dark all for the villages. This can't be good, and it really wasn't. Yeah, that's some of the stuff Danzo did. These are now 10 of the worst things that Danzo has did from the CBR, I think. Yeah, the 10 worst crimes of Danzo Shishimura. That's how you can say his name. Danzo partnered with Orochimaru, eliminated um something something because it's got something blocking it. Had to serve in the Leaf Village best interest. This was on the account of the fact that the Sanin was a traitor to the village and one who was directly responsible for murdering Hiruzen Sarutobi. I just sorry if I got that wrong. However, the Foundation's leader struck a deal with him to serve their mutual interests as long as the scientist gave him access to his YouTube promising creation. His colleagues would see to it that he was one step ahead of Konoha's Anbu. And I'm sorry if I'm sound so monotone. I'm just trying to read this and not mess up as best I can. In order to expand the ranks of Konoha, and more importantly, of his own personal power, Danzo visited Nono's orphanage and demanded that some of their children be offered as tributes. Children. As any good mother would, she refused and volunteered herself instead so they might continue to qualify the League's funding. However, both Kabuto and Nono would ultimately be recruited, with the former accidentally murdering the latter on a mission and thereby turning his path towards one of the darkness under Lord Orochimaru. Number 8. Stealing Shishui's eye. One of the greatest fears of Konoha was that the Uchiha would rise up against them. Certainly enough, there was a coup prepared to do so. However, Shishui was fully convinced that using his own Genjutsu, he could placate his clan and avoid a massacre. Danzo admitted that even if this were to succeed, it would not satisfy his paranoia. As a result, he chased the young Uchiha, stealing his eye, nearly murdering him. Ultimately, this would make what happened next an in inevitability. Oh. Hey guys, editor Jacob here. That word was supposed to be inevitably. I've never seen it typed out or anything, so that's why I never knew what it was. I've only heard the word before. So you can go ahead and call me a dumbass in the comments. I'll take it. Not because it was going to happen regardless, as Shimura feared, though because Foundation leader himself made any alternative impossible. What the fuck? Again, sorry if this is so weird. I am trying my best. I did not read any of this before, except for some of the Reddit stuff. But yeah, some of this is just really messed up. When Nagato attacked the Leaf Village, a message, something, ad, there's an ad blocking some of the words, arrived to ensure everything was alright. Once Danzo has been assured no one was looking, he murdered the dispatch sent by the Sage Toad, therefore magnifying the damage that would infect the village before Naruto finally arrives anyways. 6. Attempting to usurp the mantle of Kage. Danzo bid um, Danzo's bid to become Hokage was almost successful. Um, some an ad block. Tsunade still needed to recover. Probably so it said while Tsunade needed to recover. He would not wait for her declaration to assume the mantle of leadership, attending the Five Kage Summit as Konoha's acting ruler. This was a power move in order to establish himself on a global stage, which did not impress the fourth Raikage or many the other leaders in attendance. Because of Sasuke Uchiha intervening shortly after the meeting, Shimura's reign would be short-lived, abandoning the Five Kage Summit. While it may be at least somewhat excusable that Danzo should have crowned himself the Hokage in Tsunade's absence on account of his experience and campaigns he successfully fought in, he abandoned the other Kage to their fate when they were attacked by Sasuke and his new allies. 4. Trying to assassinate Hiruzen Sarutobi. Were it not egregious enough to seize the mantle of Hokage when the current one is still alive, Danzo had also tried to murder Sarutobi and take his place. While the third Hokage was being escorted through the woods, Foundation agents ambushed him, and the battle with his Ambu bodyguards ensued. When Hizurin finally returned from the fray, he found that Danzo has already taken his seat. Immediately, the Leaf leader knew who was responsible for his attack, though instead chose to give Shimura mercy and a warning never to make a foolish attempt again. Number 3. The Uchiha Genocide. Perhaps Danzo's most notorious and impactful crime with the role in facilitating the Uchiha genocide. After leaving Itachi no other choice, he was able to eradicate almost the entire clan, save for Sasuke and unbeknownst to most Obito. Nonetheless, Itachi's final act of service of Konoha came a warning to the Foundation's leader. Should his younger brother be touched, there would be hell to pay. After his death at Sasuke's hand, this ultimatum would be removed, though by any point Danzo's fate has already been sealed. The Izanagi's arm. This is 2. Perhaps more responsible than Uchiha's genocide was how Danzo capitalized on it. Plucking the eyes from Danzo's carcass, he fashioned himself an arm of Sharingans. Literally, Sharingan eye, Sharingan eye, Sharingan eye, Sharingan eye, Sharingan eye, on all boom, 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 just all over his arm. Kind of creepy. Held together through the potency of Hashirama's cells. With this appendage, he could rewrite reality dozens of times, making him a force to be reckoned with in battle with his age would otherwise restrict him from becoming. In his final fight against Sasuke, this would only engage the avenging Uchiha, rightfully enacting his vengeance for how Danzo had almost entirely erased his people from the annals history. Taking a human hostage. This is the last one. After Danzo had lost the battle against Sasuke Uchiha, he was desperate to find a way to prolong his life. He found what he assumed to be his salvation through Karin. Karin is somebody Sasuke was like, hey, come work for me to do some stuff. his adversary, medical ninja. Oh yeah, that she was also like their medical team. Um, while she may have provided minor assistance to him through her healing and advice, Karen was ultimately non-combatant. You know, she would really stay behind the lines while she's like, "Hey, Sasuke, are you okay? If you're hurt, bite me. That's how I heal you." Kind of weird. Kind of fan servicey too, but to be honest, it worked. Great. This would make Shimura's usage of her life a bargaining chip particularly villainous, even if the strategy would not be as effective as he imagined. When he devised the plan in his head, curiously, Karin would survive the same attack that defeated Danzo, even though she took the brunt of Sasuke's jutsu. And that's Danzo for you. Just really an all around piece of shit, you know? But again, thank you guys for today's video. I know today is going to be a lot more of a longer video, but again, it just really had me pissed off. Again, thank you guys for coming by. This was video 6. Love you guys. This is the Hall of Fame. Goodbye.